That's it, we got it. I usually like to wing it. I don't really write things down, so hopefully I won't forget anything. First of all, I owe a lot of thanks. This year I had 3 kids in college, so I had to take a second job, and there were some nights that I had to leave early, and with the weather playing havoc, some of the schedules got all messed up, so I had to leave. And I can't be more grateful that I had a guy right here to my left there for me. He's been with me for 8 years, and he's probably more knowledgeable about baseball than I'll ever know. And he was just like my right arm. So Bobby, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'd also like to say thanks to Sarah Polinsky and Jermaine Padilla, who are JV coaches. You know, I always thought at one point I might have been the hardest working coach in the public league, but I'm not anymore. Sarah Polinsky by far takes that spot. What an incredible young lady. She works our lower levels, these girls here. She's relentless, and I'll tell you, she prepares these girls for our season better than anybody that I can ever imagine. So Sarah, who's not here, and Jermaine, who's not here, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'd also like to thank the administration, Mr. G and Ryan. G, what can I say? You guys are the best. I am grateful to have such a great principal who loves athletics like you and wants to win as bad as me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so very much. All right, so this year we were 17 and 14. And you say, 17 and 14, that's nothing special. Well, if you look at our schedule, you'll realize that it's a very, very challenging schedule. This year, like the old cliche, it's not the destination, but the journey. We had some milestones. We didn't really win anything, but we accomplished some feats. Since 2006, our last city championship, we have now reached the city Final Four 10 years straight in a row. 2011, we were city runner-up. 2013, we were city runner-up. This year, we're city Final Four. We ended up losing to Whitney Young, who ended up being city champ. For the first time in 10 years, we finally beat Lane Tech. For the first time in school history, we were one of only 2 Chicago public high schools to reach the regional championships versus Trinity at Triton College. So, let me at least introduce some of the girls we have today. Rebecca Byrne, senior. Where is Rebecca? Jivy Naris, junior. Dana Percival, senior. Brianna Kuzolik, senior. Courtney Bolin, junior. Sarah Pagan, junior. Elise Delgado, senior. Marissa Hernandez, junior. Amy Steibing, junior. Veronica Boggs, senior. And also I'd like to give another special thanks, who's behind me? And Lizette Arroyo, Jr. And I'd also like to say special thanks to Gianna Pinellos, who is our statistician / scorekeeper / caretaker of our team, everything. So she's not here today. She's probably running a half marathon. But anyway, I'd also like to say a special thanks to Walt Steibing. Walt, thank you for being there every day for us. I really am grateful. So, at this time, we have a couple of awards to hand out, actually 3. This year, I let the girls vote. I said, I'm not voting. I'm going to let the girls and the coaches vote for Eagle and MVP. And this year we had a tie for the Eagle Award. We had a tie. So the first recipient of the Eagle Award is Brianna Kuzolik. Brianna, come on up. Brianna is a senior, 4.6 GPA, who will be attending Grand Valley State. Our other Eagle recipient is Rebecca Byrne, another senior, 4.8 GPA, attending UIC. Got accepted to the nursing program. And our MVP, you know, it's funny. 11 years ago, I used to get these anonymous letters in the mail. Nobody would put the return address on it. Hey, Vidas, how come the girls don't have all city? I said, well, I don't know. Why don't they? The boys basketball, girls basketball, boys baseball, they have all city. Why don't the girls have all city? Every year I'd get that letter. So I started an all city committee 10 years ago. I put it out there to have all the coaches vote and send me the results, and I would select the top 20 players with the most votes. Well, you guys who coach, you know our system. There are some really incompetent coaches in our league. We have the greatest crew and staff at Taft High School. I'm telling you. I mean, we communicate. I'm on the phones. Ryan's on the phones. Are you coming on time? We'll be there. All of it. So I kept getting those letters. So after about 4 years, no one would respond in the public league. So I just let it go. Finally, this year, Mike Heinrichs from Whitney Young started it up again. And I'm grateful to him. The only problem is it's more of a popularity contest than anything. You get to vote for your girls and da-da-da. But to me, it should have only been to the girls that are in the top division, which we're in. He opened it up to everybody. So whoever sent in the most votes got all city, which didn't make sense. Because if you're not playing the best teams, and right now, believe it or not, of those 14 losses we had, Nazareth is right now playing for the state super sectional, who we only lost to 6-2. It was a 3-2 game going into the 6th. And Trinity, who we lost to on last Saturday, who's playing Oak Park. So, we did have one junior who was selected all city, Courtney Bowen. Courtney, come on and step up. Say hello. Rebecca Byrne, by far, should have been all city, but wasn't selected. Brianna Kuzolik, probably the best hitting catcher in the public league, also was not selected. But a unanimous choice, and our MVP, the top hitter on our team, even though she's lived in our neighborhood for 4 years, she's only been at Taft 1. We are really happy she came back. What a great athlete, Dana Percival. Dana, where are you? And on one sad note, after 8 years, my dear friend here has found the home of his dreams. It's right next to a lake. He can fish every day. And unfortunately, fishing is taken over in girls softball. And it helps that he lives by Wisconsin now, so it's going to be hard for him to get down here and help coach. But he'll definitely be at the games. On behalf of Taft High School, the girls have an autographed helmet for Bob Bastek, who will be leaving us. Let's give a nice hand to Bob. Bob, thank you so much. We love you. Would you like to say something real quick? You sure? All right, thank you. 2016 girls softball.